Animal antics, amusing reading this week in TV Guide.
This is Tupperware, the airtight plastic containers that keep...
Well, we're looking at some of it right now.
Do you ever wonder what life was like in the 1960s? There were many things that people did back then that we can no longer do today. Join us as we journey through time to explore 20 fascinating activities and practices from the 60s that have disappeared from our daily lives. Back in the 1960s, hitchhiking was a common way to get around. People would stand by the roadside, thumb out, hoping for a ride. It was seen as an adventure and a practical way to travel long distances without spending much money. However, times have changed, and today hitchhiking is rare due to safety concerns. Stories of crimes and accidents involving hitchhikers have made people wary of picking up strangers. The increased availability of affordable public transport and ride-sharing apps has also reduced the need for hitchhiking. What was once a symbol of freedom and adventure has now become a risky and often discouraged practice. Safety is now a higher priority, and many prefer the security of known transportation methods. The open road is still there, but the hitchhiking culture has largely faded away.
A Western Union telegram commands attention. Contract awarded. Can you ship by first of month? Reply by wire.
Before the rise of emails and text messages, telegrams were a primary way to send urgent messages. People would visit a telegraph office, write their message, and have it transmitted over a long distance via Morse code. The recipient would receive a printed telegram, often delivered by a courier, which added a personal touch to the fast communication method. With the advent of digital communication, telegrams quickly became obsolete. Emails and text messages offer instant delivery and convenience, making them far superior to the old telegram system. Today, sending a telegram is almost unheard of, as modern technology has rendered it unnecessary. The transition from telegrams to digital communication reflects significant technological advancements and changing communication habits, and this shift has made staying in touch easier and more efficient, illustrating the rapid evolution from physical to digital messaging in our daily lives.
Being stone, asbestos will not burn.
Builders in the 1960s relied heavily on asbestos for its insulation and fireproofing qualities. This material, praised for its durability, was a staple in home construction. Yet, hidden within its fibers was a serious health risk. Asbestos, when disturbed, released tiny particles that could be inhaled, leading to severe respiratory illnesses like cancer. The 1960s didn't recognize these dangers, allowing its use to proliferate. Fast forward to today, and the landscape has drastically changed. Strict regulations now govern asbestos use, and specialized removal is mandatory for older buildings. The shift from common use to near elimination shows significant progress in health awareness. Safer alternatives have replaced asbestos in modern construction, reflecting our enhanced understanding of long-term health impacts. The journey from widespread acceptance to rigorous control marks a pivotal evolution in building practices and health standards, showcasing our commitment to safety.
We could tell you that Pioneer's PL518 probably offers today.
Music lovers in the 1960s cherished vinyl records. These large discs were the primary format for listening to music, filling homes with rich analog sounds of the era's greatest hits. Each record offered a tactile experience, from the care needed to handle them to the distinct sound of the needle hitting the grooves. Despite their dominance, vinyl records have largely been replaced by digital formats. The convenience of streaming services and the portability of digital files have made vinyl less common. However, a niche market still exists for vinyl enthusiasts who appreciate the unique sound quality and nostalgia. Record stores and special editions keep this format alive, but it remains a small segment of the music industry. The shift from vinyl to digital highlights the technological advances and changing consumer preferences over the decades, reflecting a major transformation in how we now consume music.
It's a Tupperware party, and it's really fun. The girls get together and meet their old friends and make some new ones.
In the 1960s, Tupperware parties were a popular social event. Friends and neighbors would gather in someone's home to see demonstrations of the latest Tupperware products. These parties were not just about buying kitchen containers, they were also a chance to socialize while enjoying each other's company. The host would showcase the durability and usefulness of the Tupperware, often leading to lively discussions and enthusiastic purchases. As shopping habits changed, the popularity of Tupperware parties declined, and the rise of online shopping and retail stores made it easier to buy those products without attending a party. Today, these gatherings are rare, and the concept of home product demonstrations has evolved. The decline of Tupperware parties reflects broader changes in social interactions and consumer behavior, highlighting how convenience and technology have transformed the way we shop and socialize over the decades.
When you can rely on Maxell's Super RD2 floppy disks.
In the early days of computing, floppy disks were a crucial part of data storage. These thin, flexible magnetic disks allowed users to save and transfer files with ease, available in various sizes like the 3.5-inch and 5.25-inch formats. Floppy disks were essential for personal and professional use. However, as technology progressed, their limited storage capacity quickly became outdated. The introduction of USB drives, CDs, and cloud storage offered far greater storage space and faster data transfer rates. Today, floppy disks are nearly extinct, found mostly in museums or amongst vintage computer enthusiasts. Their impact, though, is undeniable, marking a significant step in the evolution of data storage. The shift from floppy disks to modern digital solutions illustrates the rapid technological advancements and the changing demands of data management over the decades.
At midnight Saturday, the telephones in this city will be changed to dial service, and all telephone numbers will be changed.
Prior to the advent of push-button and mobile phones, rotary phones were the standard in households and offices. These devices featured a circular dial with holes for each and every number, and users would rotate the dial to make a call. This method of dialing was a daily routine, with the sound of the rotary becoming a familiar part of life. As technology advanced, push-button phones emerged, offering a quicker and more efficient way to dial numbers. Eventually, mobile phones revolutionized communication, making rotary phones obsolete. And today, rotary phones are seen as nostalgic relics from a bygone era, often collected as vintage items or displayed in museums. Their design and operation, while once cutting edge, now seems quaint compared to modern smartphones. The transition from rotary to push-button and mobile phones highlights the rapid evolution of communication technology, showcasing how much our daily interactions have changed over the years.
And the log of 236 plus 1.008 to the ninth.
For decades, slide rules were indispensable tools for engineers and students. These analog devices allowed users to perform complex calculations by sliding a central strip between marked scales. Mastering the slide rule was a rite of passage in technical fields requiring skill and practice. However, the advent of electronic calculators in the 1970s began to render slide rules obsolete. Calculators offered greater accuracy and speed, making them a more practical choice for professionals and students alike. Today, computers and advanced software have taken over most calculation tasks, providing even more power and convenience. Slide rules, once a symbol of engineering prowess, are now seen as a collector's item or educational curiosity. The transition from slide rules to electronic calculators and computers reflects the rapid advancements in technology and the ongoing quest for efficiency in mathematical and scientific work. This shift has transformed how we approach problem solving and technical education.
It started in 1933 with our first electric. Then came typing that looked like printing.
Before the era of electric typewriters and computers, manual typewriters were the mainstay in offices and homes. These mechanical devices required physical effort to press each and every key, and their distinctive clacking sounds filled workspaces. Typing on a manual typewriter demanded accuracy, as mistakes meant starting over or using correction tape. Despite the challenges, they were essential for producing documents, letters, and manuscripts. With the introduction of the electric typewriter, the typing process became more efficient and less strenuous. Eventually, computers revolutionized writing and editing, offering unparalleled speed and flexibility. And today, manual typewriters are largely obsolete, cherished by collectors and nostalgia enthusiasts. They serve as a reminder of a time when writing was a more tactile and deliberate process, and the evolution from manual typewriters to modern digital tools highlights the significant advancements in technology and productivity, showcasing how our methods of communication and document creation have transformed over the decades.
Remember me? I'm the kid that had a report due on space. Then I got the new Encyclopedia Britannica.
Previous to the internet, print encyclopedias were the go-to source for information. Families often owned a complete set, occupying a prominent place on their bookshelves. Students and researchers would spend hours flipping through these heavy volumes, seeking facts and insights for their projects and assignments. Each entry provided a wealth of knowledge, though the information was static and could quickly become outdated. The advent of the internet revolutionized how we access information. Online resources are now constantly updated and far more accessible than physical books. Search engines, digital libraries, and educational websites all offer instant access to the latest data and research, and print encyclopedias, once indispensable, are now rarely used. They symbolize a bygone era of research and learning, showcasing how technology has transformed our approach to acquiring knowledge. The shift to digital resources has made information more dynamic and readily available, fundamentally changing the landscape of education and research. We're halfway through, and the best is yet to come, so stay with us for the final.
The habit of smoking is just a part of everyday life.
Decades ago, smoking in public places was a common sight. Restaurants, offices, and even airplanes allowed smoking, and non-smokers had little choice but to endure the fumes. Cigarette advertisements were widespread, and smoking was often portrayed as glamorous and sophisticated. However, as the health risks associated with smoking became more evident, public attitudes began to shift. Governments introduced strict laws to limit smoking in public spaces, aiming to protect non-smokers from secondhand smoke. Today, smoking bans are enforced in many countries, and designated smoking areas are often the only place where smoking is permitted. These regulations have significantly reduced smoking rates while improving public health, and the change from widespread acceptance to strict regulation highlights the growing awareness of health and safety issues. Smoking in public places, once the norm, is now largely restricted, reflecting a major shift in societal attitudes and health policies over the years. Once a staple of urban landscapes, payphones were found on nearly every street corner. These public telephones provided a vital service, allowing people to make calls when away from home or work. Dropping coins into the slot and dialing the number was a familiar routine for many. Payphones were essential for emergencies, quick check-ins, and connecting with others when landlines were the primary means of communication. With the advent of the mobile phone, the need for payphones rapidly declined. Mobile technology offered convenience and personal accessibility that payphones couldn't match. And as mobile phones became more affordable and widespread, payphones began disappearing from public space. Today, they are a rare relic of the past era, occasionally seen in older neighborhoods or as nostalgic installations. The rise and fall of the payphone illustrates the profound impact of mobile technology on our daily lives and communication habits.
Monsters do have their place. In the zoo, in your nightmares, in the deep.
There was a time when drive-in theaters were the go-to spot for a night out. Families and couples would drive to these outdoor cinemas, park their cars, and enjoy movies under the stars. The large screens and the novelty of watching from the comfort of your vehicle made drive-ins incredibly popular. Snacks from the concession stand and the social atmosphere added to the experience. However, the rise of modern indoor cinema with their advanced sound systems and comfortable seating, led to a decline in drive-ins. Additionally, the convenience of home streaming services has made it easier to watch movies without leaving the house. And today, drive-in theaters are a rare sight, often cherished for their nostalgic value rather than as a primary entertainment venue. The shift from drive-ins to indoor cinemas and streaming highlights the changes in technology and lifestyle, reflecting how our ways of enjoying movies have evolved over the decades. Earlier than the advent of photocopy machines and digital copies, carbon paper was the go-to method for creating duplicates. Placed between two sheets of paper, carbon paper transferred the imprint from the top sheet to the one below as you wrote on it or typed. This simple yet effective method was widely used in offices, schools, and for personal documents, and with the introduction of photocopiers in the 1970s, making copies became much easier and more efficient. Photocopiers could produce multiple copies quickly, without the mess and limitations of carbon paper. Digital technology further revolutionized document duplication, allowing instant copying and sharing with only a few clicks. Today, carbon paper is mostly obsolete, replaced by more advanced and convenient methods, and the transition from carbon paper to modern copying technologies highlights the incredible advancements in office tools and the continuous drive for efficiency in everyday tasks. Only a few more to go until we reveal the last nostalgic gem, so keep watching because it's worth it.
Statistics show that in Britain last year, drink played a part in 13,000 fatal or serious accidents.
Not too long ago, seeing people drinking alcohol in public was quite the norm. Whether at a park, a beach, or on a city street, social gatherings often included open consumption of alcohol. The casual approach to public drinking was widely accepted. However, rising concerns over public safety and disorderly behavior led to the implementation of open container laws. These laws aim to curb alcohol-related issues by prohibiting the consumption of alcohol in a public space. Drinking is mainly restricted to bars, restaurants, and private events, and the change in public habits reflects a broader societal shift towards promoting safety and order. Today's regulations are a significant departure from the more relaxed attitudes of the past, and the transition to stricter control over public alcohol consumption underscores the growing emphasis on community well-being and maintaining public decorum, illustrating how societal norms and priorities have evolved.
Great new camera. Gives you big black and white pictures.
Once the primary means of capturing images, film cameras were a staple in photography. Loading film rolls, snapping photos, and waiting for development were all part of the process, creating a unique experience for photographers. However, the advent of digital cameras revolutionized the industry. Digital cameras allow for instant photo review and easy adjustments, making photography more accessible and convenient. This technological leap quickly overshadowed film cameras, leading to their decline in mainstream use. Today, digital cameras and smartphones dominate the photography landscape, offering a seamless and immediate way to capture and share moments. Film cameras have found a niche amongst enthusiasts who appreciate their distinct aesthetic and hands-on approach, and the transition from film to digital photography underscores the rapid advancements in technology and the changing ways we document our lives, highlighting the evolution from anticipation to instant gratification.
And of course, like all Fords, the Galaxy has many built for people.
Imagine a time when cars cruised down highways with passengers unbuckled and free. In the 1960s, seatbelts were often considered optional, and many vehicles didn't even come equipped with them. The idea of strapping in for safety was still novel, and public awareness about the importance of seatbelts was minimal. Children would stand on the seats or lie in the back, while adults rode without a second thought for safety measures. It was the introduction of stricter regulations and intensive public safety campaigns that the narrative began to shift. And today, buckling up is an automatic habit, driven by laws and a deeper understanding of the risks involved in not wearing a seatbelt. Modern cars now feature advanced restraint systems, and the emphasis on safety is stronger than ever. The transformation from the casual attitudes of the 60s to today's stringent safety standards underscores the significant strides made in road safety over the decades.
It's an RCA Victor, lightweight, handsome two-tone color combinations.
Black and white screens. Television in its early days lacked the vibrant colors that we take for granted today. Families would sit together, eyes glued to black and white screens, enjoying the latest shows and news broadcasts. Color televisions existed, but were a luxury that few could afford. Programming often made clever use of light and shadow to create engaging visuals in monochrome. As the price of color TVs dropped, more households began to replace their old sets. This shift dramatically enhanced the viewing experience, bringing life and vivid imagery into the home. Today, it's hard to find a black and white TV, as color has become the standard. This transformation from black and white to color television marks a significant leap in technology and reflects the changing tastes of audiences. The era of black and white TV is now a nostalgic memory, illustrating how much our entertainment technology has evolved.
TV Guide, with the most complete listings, expanding cable coverage, and in-depth articles.
Back in the day, TV Guide magazines were essential for planning your television viewing. Each week, households would receive these magazines filled with listings of TV shows, movie schedules, and special broadcasts. Flipping through the pages to find out what was on and when was a common practice, making TV Guide a staple in many homes. With the advent of digital technology, TV listings moved online and became more accessible through electronic program guides on our TVs and streaming services. This shift made it easier to find and schedule viewing without the need for a physical magazine, and today, the concept of a printed TV guide seems almost archaic, as digital platforms provide real-time updates and personalized recommendations. The transition from print to digital listings highlights the significant changes in how we consume media, reflecting the broader trend towards instant access and convenience in our daily lives. And now for the grand finale. The last item on our list is a true classic, so don't go anywhere.
Listen to this, John. According to this book, Madrid is 24 miles in diameter.
There was a time when Saturday morning cartoons were the highlight of the week for many children. Kids would jump out of bed early, eager to catch their favorite animated shows, and this ritual made Saturday morning special, with a lineup of cartoons that aired exclusively on that day. It was a chance for kids to unwind and enjoy a few hours of fun programming before the day began. Today, the way that children watch cartoons is transformed. Streaming services allow access to a vast library of shows at any time, eliminating the need to wait for Saturday. This convenience has changed viewing habits, making entertainment more accessible, but also removing the unique anticipation of Saturday morning cartoons. The shift from scheduled broadcast to on-demand streaming highlights how technology has reshaped our media consumption, offering instant access and flexibility while altering traditional viewing experiences. Which of these things from the 1960s do you miss the most? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.